All right, y'all. Welcome back to Dead Spot Podcast. I know it's been a while since we did it, but we back with Dead Spot Weekly Tiers. Here's Week 10 Tiers. Let's jump right into it. Fighting for the worst record in the league, you got the Patriots, the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Panthers. Now, between these four teams, they have a combined 6 wins through 9 weeks. Not much else to say about them. Moving right up, lost in the sauce. You got the Packers, the Rams, the Bears, the Raiders, Tennessee, Denver, and Indianapolis. Now, these teams, some of them got a good quarterback, no defense. Some got a good defense, no quarterback. And they just kind of lost in the sauce because they're not fighting for the playoffs. They're not fighting for the first pick in the draft. They just kind of just wandered around, not really knowing what they finna do. Moving right up along, we got nobody deserves this division, but somebody got to win it. The NFC South, you know what I'm saying? You got the Saints, Atlanta, and the Bucks. Somebody gonna win a division. None of them teams are good to me, but like, hey, every team get a division winner, so it is what it is. Coming in that next row, still in playoff contention, you got Houston, Chargers, Jets, Washington. When you look at Houston, C.J. Stroud looking like the man. He keeping them in games. He bringing them back. He also had a game earlier in the season where he had a game winning drive. Atlanta just came back down and was able to win it. I really like what I'm seeing from him. The Chargers, Eckler's starting to get going a little bit more as far as and just slowly but surely coming around. I think they got a shot at making it. It's going to be tough, but they still in the mix. The Jets, I don't think they're making it, but with their record, with their defense, they still in it. They're not out of it fully. Aaron Rodgers, like he might be able to make a comeback, so we'll see if they're able to sneak in. Washington, Sam Howell, he has his weeks where he looks really good. I'm not gonna lie. So it's like I'm not saying that I can't say that they out of contention yet until I see a little bit more. Coming straight up, records say they good, but I don't know. We got Miami, we got the Vikings, we got the Steelers, we got the Browns, and we got Seattle. Now Miami, y'all know I've been on here for years. I love Tua, I love Tariq Hill, but they can't beat a good team. So until you beat a good team, a team over 500, I think it's been over a year since they won a game against a team with a winning record. I can't have you up to a no higher bracket than this. The Vikings, obviously, I think they 5-4, but when you look at Kirk Cousins out, Jett is out, they're not really a good team. Somehow they're finding ways to win, but nobody really believes in them. It's just what it is. The Steelers, I picked the Steelers to win the division, and I'm not yet to move off that point. I think the Ravens might take a little bit of a dip at some point, and the Steelers might catch them, but they haven't been looking good. Kenny Pickett has not been looking that great. Their offense hasn't been looking good. They pretty much just been doing enough to hang around in games for their defense and their best player in TJ Watt to kind of just come solidify it for them and knock the other team out. Then when you look at the Browns, hey, their defense been playing off the charts. Their defense one of the best defenses in the league this year, but Deshaun Watson hasn't clicked. He has games where it's like, oh, okay, maybe. But for the most part, it's been too up and down for me to say they're overall a good team. And then you got Seattle, who has a good record, but like I said, I never believed in Seattle. As soon as they ran up on a good team, they got smoked and didn't even look like they deserved to be on the same field as the Ravens last week. So I'm not sold on any of these teams right now. Miami, the Steelers, maybe could show me something because I did believe in them earlier in the year, but until they do that, I can't move them up. There's go moving up to the next line. We got contender with stuff to prove. We have the Bengals, the Jags, the Niners, the Bills, the Cowboys, and the Lions. Now, as far as the Bengals and the Jags go, I think that they both kind of, their offense is kind of getting rolling and things like that. But as far as the Bengals go, they've had some injuries. T. Higgins is out again this week. Their defense is a little shaky sometimes. So we just need to see them put it all together in order for them to put them back in the contention where they usually are. The Jags, they still young. Obviously, they came and had a great playoff win last year, but I think we need to see it a little bit more, kind of see them get really more involved and just see like ETN been looking great. Trevor's looking okay. Christian Kirk is doing good. So I think they're a good team, but we just need to see it once the playoffs come a little bit more. Then we have my Niners. I hated to put my Niners on this line, but when you look at the way we've looked the last 3 weeks, and I don't think we've looked horrible. I think 2 of the games we easily could have won, but we didn't. So we're here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get Purdy back on track. Or we need to make sure our corners is playing better. So we still have stuff where it's like, I know fans out there have a little bit of questions about us, and that's fine to have questions at this point. So we got stuff to prove. I think we answer a lot of them questions over the second half of the season. Coming up to the next team, we got the Bills. The Bills are so up and down. Josh Allen having a great year, but then they have games where it's like, they just don't look like they should be nowhere near any of them top teams in the AFC. And I just don't get why. I don't know why every year they look like that. I know they have big injuries on their defense here and there, but it just, for some reason, they got to show me a little bit more. The Cowboys have been looking pretty good since we beat the crap out of them, but it's still the Cowboys. They still haven't did much in the playoffs in my lifetime. So I need to see them be able to get over that hump and see if Dak could literally win games when it mattered in the playoffs. And lastly, the Lions. The Lions been one of the best, most consistent team all season. But what you got, Jared Goff, they received J-Mo still ain't really worked his way back in. I think it's still like Montgomery coming back, so we'll see like how they do use Gibbs with Montgomery. He been doing really good without him. Now it's time to see like how they get to mesh them together, because when Montgomery out there, they act real weird with Gibbs. So it's like I need to see how they gel their offense to really see if they actually contenders, because they've been playing like it, but I just need to see it a little bit more. Coming up to top contenders, we have the Chiefs and the Ravens. Now, when you look at the Ravens have been pretty much the best team in AFC, I think, over the last few weeks. Lamar's been balling. The weapons have been looking better. Zay Fly, I mean, everybody's been doing better. The weapons is looking. Bateman has been making catches. Odell getting a little bit involved. He had his first touchdown the other day. So things are getting better. Mark Andrews coming alive. The defense is playing good. So I like what I'm seeing from them. And then the Chiefs, at the end of the day, they defense, over the last few years, we've been saying Mahomes and the offense is looking great. If the defense just was a little bit better, now the defense is really good and the offense is kind of struggling. I'm okay with that because they have Mahomes. They have Travis Kelce. They have their centerpieces. Mahomes in any playoff game is alive to win it. So there's no way with a defense playing the way that they play that we can say that they're not still up in contention. And then team up top, we got the Eagles. I almost put the Ravens here, but with the Eagles being 8-1, they haven't looked great in all of their games, but at the end of the day, when you find a way to get wins in the NFL, you can't just look over that. These are all really good teams. Anybody could be getting any given Sunday. So for them to go through 9 weeks and even through their struggles, just finding ways to keep pulling out, got to have them up top. So this is my Week 10 tiers. Let me know what you think. Peace.